Hey, welcome back to Math Quest. All right, take a look at the screen right here, right behind me, or right to the side of me. This is what we call vertex form, right? This video is on how to find the vertex from a vertex form. This is the easiest, obviously, hence the name vertex form, right? So if you notice here, our main focus for this, when it's written in vertex form, is our H and our K. That's going to give me my vertex. That is my vertex, those values that are in there. Right here in this entire formula, my A, my H, and my K are all numbers. Okay, they're going to be numbers. So the only variable here are the Y and the X. So right here, Y equals, let's just make up something, 2 times X minus 1 squared plus 3. Okay, so I want you to picture this taking this -1 and plugging it in here. Okay, plugging it in there and that 3 in there. So obviously here the H, you can see it's a -1, and this is already set as minus H. So technically that would be minus 1, right? The minus from the H and the minus from the 1. Essentially what I'm trying to tell you is that would be a positive 1, and this of course is a positive 3. That just stays the same. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, would be my vertex. Okay, that would be my vertex of this problem. So let's take a look at one maybe a little different. All right, erase this quick. All right, kind of like playing video games. All right, here we go. You can tell I haven't played video games in decades. That was, I think, Galaga. Okay, we got Y equals X minus 1 squared plus 2. Okay, so the only difference is here, you may say, well, you don't have an A value. But I do. It is 1, right? Doesn't matter. Since I'm only finding my vertex, all I care about is this number right here and this outer number right here. So this vertex in this case would be a positive 1 and a positive 2, and that would be my vertex. Now, what I want you to remember here, I want to give you a little bit more information, and please write this down, that this value right here is my horizontal. It's actually called a horizontal translation, but it's my movement, right? So if you can picture the parabola going around, so let me picture this. Let me get some space here. If this was my, this is terrible, but if this was my parabola going right here through the origin, right? We'll pretend that it is touching my x-axis. And if this is my parabola, well, in this case, by looking at this equation here, I can see that it is going to shift because it's a -1, right? So it's going to shift. It's actually going to shift to the right, and then it's going to shift to the right 1 unit. So I'm going to go over here, and then it's going to go up 2 units. So my actual parabola for this equation right here would actually be right here, right there. Okay, does that make sense? So this gives me my horizontal movement, of course, and this, you know, is my intercept there. All right, so it will be crossing there at 2. Hopefully that makes sense to you. All right, so translation is what it's actually called, a horizontal translation. Let's do another one and we'll call it a day. How about that? That's how fast I teach in my math classes. See, if you were in my math class, you'd be going home by now. Just kidding. Here we go. Let me look at this one down here. We got Y equals half times X. Is this plus 1? Why always plus 1? Well, I get in the habit of teaching all these. So here, again, my main focus is right here and right here, my vertex. If all I'm finding is my vertex, again, that would be a -1 and that would be a positive 5. That would be my vertex. But what would that look like on a graph? Obviously, if this right here is my parabola, right, and it's right here, this is my x-axis, this is my y. Right here, what this is telling me that +1 is going to shift to the left. It's going to shift to the left 1 unit, and it's going to go up 5 units. So somewhere around here, 5 units if this was 5. Okay, this is where my parabola would be. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, my sloppy little work. All right, hey, but you know now that in vertex form, when the equation is written in vertex form, don't sweat. You know the vertex is going to be right in front of you. Basically, it's showing you the axis of symmetry. That too, the axis of symmetry. I said this gives you the horizontal movement. Well, that is also my axis of symmetry, right? Hopefully, you got some value out of this video, and now you know how to write in how to get the vertex when it's in standard form, how to get the vertex when it's in vertex form, and how to get the vertex when it is in factored form. All right, if you haven't watched any of those other videos that I've made, hey, go back, watch those, because I make it this quick and easy. All right, if you got this value out of this, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. Don't forget that one, and I'll see you next time on Math Quiz. Take care.